How'd you get here?
So to my understanding, we have gotten through the two easily worst sections of content in the entirety of Sonic Omens. Apparently the final boss is really bad. So minus the final boss. And we have a few more stages to go. I think 1 or 2, maybe only 1. I don't fucking... We're getting to the end. We're on the latter half of it now. And I really want to see how low the lows can go. Because Weeping Rift right now is easily bottom of the barrel, one of the most annoying, terribly designed things that I have ever experienced in a Sonic fan game. Which is saying something, because Sonic fans that make fan games aren't in the game industry. And they don't understand game design in a lot of scenarios, in a lot of cases, in a lot of fan games. So the fact that we have reached an absolute all-time low in this series is wild to me. It is wild to me. Now, I don't think those lows should necessarily dictate the way that people view the entire experience. It's unfortunate that, from what I have heard from the masses, from the peeps on the streets, it seems to be that the ending, the latter half, the bookend of this game is so bad that it causes people to really dislike the experience, you know, post-mortem, even if some of the content before it was relatively good. And I think that's a little unfair. I understand why people would have that perspective, and why, you know, leaving off on a negative note would create immensely negative experiences. Look, bad experiences just hit really close to home, right? And even if a majority of an experience is mediocre, and then you get to like one really terrible level, that terrible level, if it's at the very end, can coat that entire experience and the entire discussion surrounding that game for years, man. And I think this so far is kind of giving me a case of that, where it's like everything up until the final episode has actually been relatively fine. You know, there are misses here and there, and I think there are issues in design where some of the levels have been too long, and I think it would have benefited them to just cut it up into like 2 different acts. But beyond that point, man, what is happening? Okay, well, I just really wanted me to think about how cool that section was. Whatever, we're good, let's move on. I've heard things about this stage too. I've heard little whisperings, little rambles online about people not liking this at all. So I'm really excited to see how it goes, because I haven't really agreed with a lot of online consensus for these stages so far. I've generally thought that they've been working pretty well, and that there were only a few instances where I thought, yeah, these stages just flat out sucked. And a lot of the issues with these stages so far, again, have been length. It's been like fucking 9-minute long stages, and you'll get tired. You'll get like you want the stage to be done at a certain point, right? You don't want to have to sit here and fucking experience the same ideas and the same gimmicks kind of slightly remixed for 9 straight minutes. Like, that's a lot of content, and especially for a boost formula game. This is a take I've been seeing a lot, right? There are other Sonic experiences that have even more content and are even longer. It's like, that's awesome. That's great in a lot of cases. One, Sonic Heroes is a good example of that. That man was on, the best way of saying it, life end watch. Like, that is not the golden standard of, okay, well, it could be worse. Oh, it could be designed by someone who's on the verge of ending their own life. Oh, yeah, it could be way worse. That's true. But that's not, that doesn't mean we want it to be that way. Okay, I know the best way to deal with these guys, because I saw this in a YouTube video, is to use this, what is it, this, but I can't find a second to myself. Okay, fuck off for just 5 seconds. Don't look at me. Yes, bye. How do I activate it? I'm dead. Bye. Oh, I did it. I did it. Oh, that was the closest call of my fucking life. You better not kill me now. After that, I screamed so hard that I'm dying. After that triumph, you're gonna kill me? All right, no, we're good. Oh, give me a checkpoint. Give me a checkpoint. Holy shit. What was I even saying, man? Oh, yeah, okay. It could always be worse. I don't think it's a particularly good argument, frame one. It's just not. Oh, it could be worse. Okay, well, why are we basing things and the way that we talk about things and the way that we view the quality of things on the worst case scenario? Why are we doing that? That's stupid. Like, yes, there's worse. I don't like Sonic Heroes. Sorry, guys. I know people are gonna be mad at me for that take, but I don't like Sonic Heroes. So comparing this to Sonic Heroes' level design, it's like, why would I want to do that? This game deserves better. We should not be sitting here and being like, yeah, well, Sonic Heroes is worse. Yeah. Sonic Heroes is kind of bottom of the barrel. Why should we have to do that? But also, like, 06, which I also think has good level design, has relatively long levels. And even in things like Project 06, which people really, really love, it has relatively long levels. So what is the disconnect there? Why do people really like these stages? Why do I really like 06 stages? Why do I not like these stages? It's a relatively simple answer. They are different games. And this is a boost formula Sonic experience, or at least, at the very least, it's trying to be a boost formula Sonic experience. And it's much more designed in a lot of scenarios like an adventure-styled Sonic experience, where the levels are very long. Where, yes, the levels are 9-ish minutes in some cases. And 9 is already pushing it for adventure-styled levels. It really is. So we're already in these instances where I put my hand up to my mouth so I could, cough into my hand rather than the mic, and I killed myself. So, don't take that one against me. That wasn't on purpose. If you leave a comment saying, embarrassing, with that timestamp, that's fine. I'm just not gonna talk to you ever again. So that just, you know, that's your choice. That's your choice to make. But, fuck, what was I even saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So anyways, very different gameplay style. Very, very, very different gameplay style. And even when that was pushing it for adventure-style games, like, we are in a boost formula, okay? I wanna say, not all Sonic is the same, not all Sonic is created equal. And comparing level design in adventure games, in these adventure-styled experiences, and then comparing that to boost levels is so fucking stupid. By the way, this level has been really cool so far, and I think this might be one of my favorite stages. Now, keep in mind, we haven't finished it yet, so I don't know if we're gonna stay that way, but who knows? But point is, alright, back to the conversation that I was trying to have before my brain took over and was like, no, we're gonna go here. Comparing a boost formula game and level design to adventure level design is so fucking stupid, because they are completely different things. Adventure style games are just a little bit slower than boost formula games. It's not as much like hyperactive, react to this shit, react to that shit, super quickly, have to do it quick or else you're fucked type thing. I genuinely don't know how to use this. I'm so dead. I'm actually so cooked. Give me those rings. Alright, we're gonna try again. Or, you know what? Let's just hope that we can homing attack all of it and get through it. Yeah, boost through. Yeah, it was an accident before. I didn't know I was gonna have to do it 2 times. Get me out of here, please. Oh, no. Oh, it's really easy. You just charge it up and then homing attack. Oh, nice. That is busted as shit. What the fuck? That's insane. It doesn't kill all of them, but that's like kind of nuts. Hold on, don't mind me. Pardon, but just can you fuck off for 5 minutes? Anybody who says that you should just run around and use this thing on these guys, that doesn't even fucking work very well, because you have to run away and then do this shit. Fuck that. Oh my god. Okay, one more. Bye bye. All right, get me out of here. As I was saying, they are completely different things, and it's not as... Adventure games aren't as reactionary. A big part of boost formula games that even this game does is you are reacting to things that are coming on fast, and that's a big part of it. That is a huge part of the level design. That's just generally what they kind of are going for in a lot of this stage, and a lot of these stages, and a lot of all the stages. Why did I stop there for a second? Whatever, it doesn't really matter, I don't care. And that just doesn't work with incredibly long stages, because there is a level of mental fatigue that you get to when stages are too long in Sonic games, that you just don't... I mean, okay, I shouldn't say all Sonic games. Boost formula Sonic games, rather. There's a level of mental fatigue you get to that you just don't get to in adventure games as fast. Like, it just does not happen. It does not happen. Because they are slower paced, they are more platforming oriented, they are less about reactionary gameplay. And the result is You get tired faster, for me at least. That's my takeaway. Okay, I can play adventure-styled stages for 6 to 8 minutes and be fine. 9 minutes again, still pushing it, but 6 to 8 minutes and get away with it. This shit's hard, man. This shit is very hard on that. Also, again, I've talked about this before. Replay value. If you want to incentivize people to replay stages, don't make it take up 9 minutes of their life from the get-go, because then people will just be less inclined to run it back, because they're already like, I gave you 9 minutes of my fucking life. What do you want? What do you want from me? Like, it's just not worth it. Also, I did surprisingly get a decent amount of pushback on the idea that a stage should be fun in the first place to incentivize going back and playing it again, which is wild to me. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have interesting mechanics or deep mechanics that you don't fully understand until you replay through the level a bunch of times. That's fine, but the mechanics should at least be fun and functional to interact with on a first playthrough, and you shouldn't have to slam your head against a wall to understand a mechanic and die a bunch of times because the mechanic isn't making sense to you intuitively or it's not explained to you too well. That's kind of my TLDR, my massive takeaway, right? You can have stages that get better when you replay them, but you shouldn't have stages that only get good after 20 tries. Because why would I want to sit there and play the same stage 20 times, go through an hour and a half of my life in hopes that, hey, at least I'll be having fun an hour and a half in? That's stupid. That's really, I hate that mentality. I hate that mentality. If you get some fun out of levels that, you know, you replayed a million times, you didn't have fun on the first time, that's great and I'm glad, but you shouldn't push that ideology on the other people. I do like this action scene, by the way. This is kind of, he's cooking a little bit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, hey, relax. You don't need to be doing that shit to him, man. You don't need to be doing that shit. Is it bad that I don't remember anything about the Meta-X saga? I genuinely don't know anything about it. I watched Sonic X when I was a kid every Sunday morning, but I dropped my controller. I didn't actually pay attention to the story. I was just like, Sonic's on screen, yay! And I remember a few specific, very, very specific episodes. Like one where Sonic was running around a lake or something, and then there was the girl in the wheelchair. She was there. And then, doesn't, like, Sonic run with her in the wheelchair? And she's like, this is awesome! And then she face plants and then, like, passes away. Not that last part was just kind of I wanted to see if you guys were paying attention, but that part wasn't real. What is happening in this story? Whatever. Again, I'm not gonna even remotely factor in the narrative to my experience with this game, because I've been looking at pretty pictures and using them for thumbnails, and that's the most I've paid attention to anything on screen that's happened when people are talking. I really am just in it for the gameplay, and I know I've said this over and over and over again. I know I've said it again and again and again and again, but if I end off this series and I say something along the lines of, yeah, I thought the game was pretty good, and then people are going to assume that means I think every aspect of the game is pretty good. It's happened before. I know I sound like a conspiracy theory nut. I wish this wasn't the case, but it's happened before where people will say, yes, you think the story is pretty good. You think every single level in this game is pretty good because you think the overall game is pretty good. That's a wild take, dude. That's a wild take, but it is what it is. Jesus, dude, this cutscene is not so long. It is not so long. Chip, please protect me. Please. I didn't even hear the voice. Apparently it's really funny, but I don't know. You guys get to hear it. That's the line. Sonic said the line. Whatever, dude. I'm not playing this boss yet. I've heard this is going to take 60 years to get through. So you know what? We're not going to do it this episode. We're going to dedicate an entire episode of me slamming my head into the wall that is this boss, and we'll go from there. Last episode, the last omen.